Welcome, chosen ones, to this transformative journey. If you've ever felt like you're waiting for something bigger to happen in your life, then you're exactly where you need to be. In today's video, we're diving deep into divine timing, spiritual breakthroughs, and the incredible transformation that awaits you. The universe has aligned this moment for you right now, and everything you've been praying for is closer than you think. So, if you're ready to step into your divine purpose, to unlock the mysteries of your true potential, then make sure you stay with us through the entire video. It's not by accident that you're here. God's plan for your life is unfolding now, and you're about to witness miracles. You know, there are moments in life when you're faced with a choice that nobody sees, a decision that no one else is aware of but you. It's in those quiet, hidden places that your obedience to God becomes a defining factor. We've all been there, standing at the crossroads of conviction and comfort, where the easier path calls to us louder than the one that requires sacrifice. But in those moments, when you choose conviction over comfort, when you say yes to God, even when no one else is watching, something powerful happens. Your obedience doesn't go unnoticed. Heaven takes notice. In fact, it responds. It's easy to think that your decisions in the hidden places don't matter. After all, who's there to witness them? Who's there to applaud your efforts or recognize your sacrifices? But let me tell you this, the quiet obedience you offer to God is louder than any applause this world can give. Every silent yes to Him is a declaration in the spiritual realm. It's as though heaven itself stands at attention when you obey. Your obedience may be hidden, but it's activating something far greater than you could ever imagine. It's stirring up divine favor that will soon be seen in the physical realm. You've probably felt it too. The delays, the silence, the seasons when it seemed like God was nowhere to be found, and the doors you thought were open slammed shut before you. It's easy to get discouraged, to think that maybe God has forgotten you, but I want to challenge you to change your perspective on those seasons. What if those delays, that silence, and those closed doors weren't a punishment at all? What if they were preparation? What if everything you've been through, everything that didn't make sense, was actually God working behind the scenes to refine you? God doesn't just let you walk through fire without a purpose. He's a father who cares about his investment in you, and when he invests in you, he ensures that what he's placed inside of you is protected. There are seasons when God allows things to be stripped away, people to leave, and doors to close. It might feel like rejection, but it's really protection. He's pruning you. He's refining your character because he knows what you're going to carry in the next season. He's removing the things and people that aren't meant to go with you into the future. He's preparing for you. You might not have understood it at the time, but those painful moments were not for nothing. God was working in the background, aligning things in your life for His perfect timing. And now, you've reached a turning point. I want you to hear me when I say this. Heaven has marked your obedience. Your faithfulness in the quiet places, the hidden spaces, has caught God's attention. The favor of God is rising in your life, and you're about to see the fruits of your obedience in ways that you never imagined. It's a shift that's happening. You're about to step into a season where the things that were once hidden will be revealed. The favor that was once just a whisper will soon become a flood. All of those quiet moments of obedience are going to pay off. What you did in private, when no one else saw, is now going to be rewarded in the public eye. God is about to reveal what He has been doing behind the scenes, and it's going to be bigger and more powerful than you could ever have imagined. But don't miss this. Your obedience is just the beginning. What comes next is the outpouring of heaven's favor upon your life. What you did in those quiet, private moments is going to set you up for an overflow of blessings, opportunities, and divine connections. Heaven has seen your faithfulness, and now it's time for you to see the fruits of your labor. As you walk through this new season, remember this: obedience is never wasted. Even in the hidden places, God is working. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, He is preparing you for something greater. So don't get discouraged when things don't seem to be moving as fast as you'd like. Trust the process. Trust that God's timing is perfect. And trust that He is working everything out for your good. There's more to this journey. There's more to this story. And as you continue to walk in obedience, you're going to see the rewards unfold before your eyes. The best is yet to come. And it's all because you said yes when no one else was looking. You might be wondering what's coming next. After all, you've been faithful. You've walked through seasons of silence. And you've stayed obedient even when it seemed like the world wasn't paying attention. But there's more to the story than just being faithful in the dark. The beauty of it all is that God uses those times of hiddenness to prepare you for what He has ahead. So, what happens next? Well, God begins to reveal the fruits of your obedience. When God marks your obedience, it's not just for the here and now, it's for the generations to come. When you obey in secret, you set up something for the future that you might never even see in this lifetime. There's something profound in this reality. You're laying the foundation for a legacy that goes beyond your own life and into the lives of others. This is why it's so important to stay faithful when no one else sees. When you're tempted to give up, when the path forward seems uncertain, every single step you take in faith, no matter how small, is an act of obedience that God uses to unlock something greater. Think about it. God's plans for you are always bigger than just you. Your obedience is never just about what's happening in the present. It's about how your obedience affects the people around you and how it impacts future generations. God is building something in you that will be a blessing not only to your own life, but also to others. The obedience you display now will create a ripple effect that touches the lives of countless others, whether you ever realize it or not. You may never fully comprehend the depth of what God is doing, but that's the beauty of trusting Him. He sees the bigger picture when we can only see what's right in front of us. You may have gone through seasons where you felt isolated, even abandoned, by those you thought would be there for you. People came and went, and doors that you thought were open slammed shut. And it's easy to get caught up in the idea that maybe you've done something wrong, or maybe you've missed God somehow. But let me remind you that every single step in that process was necessary for your growth. God wasn't punishing you by removing things from your life. He was protecting you. He was protecting what He had placed inside of you, preparing you for a time when those closed doors would make sense. You see, when God works in your life, He works with precision. His timing is never off. It might seem like things are taking too long, or that you've been waiting forever. But in reality, God is always moving in the background. Every delay is a divine setup for what's ahead. Every time it felt like you were stuck in a season of waiting, God was positioning you for the moment of breakthrough. In those times when nothing seemed to be happening, when the doors wouldn't open, when the answers didn't come, God was aligning the pieces of your life in such a way that they would come together at exactly the right moment. And now, as you stand on the threshold of the next season, you'll begin to see how all of those delays, those closed doors, those seasons of waiting, were really a part of His perfect plan for you. It's in this space of hiddenness, in this season of waiting, that God refines you. He teaches you patience, humility, and trust. He helps you build your character, preparing you for the blessing that's coming. And all the while, He's shaping you into the person you need to be to handle the incredible things He's about to release into your life. Trust me when I say this. Everything you've endured up until this point has not been in vain. Every tear, every heartache, every closed door has been a part of the process. Now, I want you to think back for a moment. Think about the seasons in your life where things didn't go as planned. The times when your faith was tested, when you thought about giving up, or when you wondered if you were ever going to see the breakthrough you longed for. In those moments, it may have felt like nothing was changing, but that's exactly when God was doing His most important work inside of you. And now, as the fruits of your obedience begin to unfold, you'll see that everything was leading to this moment. And here's where it gets exciting. Heaven is not just standing by, watching you go through life. No, heaven is actively marking your obedience. You might not see it yet, but the favor of God is beginning to rise in your life. The quiet yes you gave when no one was watching is now creating a wave of divine favor that will soon become visible. This isn't just a momentary blessing. This is the beginning of something far greater than you ever thought possible. You're stepping into a season of favor that is about to shift everything in your life. The journey to this moment hasn't been easy, I know that. But I want you to understand that all the struggles you've faced, all the challenges you've overcome, were necessary for what's to come. Your obedience has set the stage for the next chapter, a chapter that will be marked by abundance, opportunity, and open doors. You've come through the fire, and now it's time for you to walk into a season where God's favor is evident in every area of your life. This is where your journey takes a dramatic turn. What you thought were setbacks are now going to be seen as setups. Every door that was shut before will now swing wide open. The things that once resisted you will now begin to work in your favor. Heaven has seen your faithfulness, and now the time has come for you to receive what has been promised to you. But here's the thing. When the favor of God starts to pour out, it's not just for you. It's for those around you, too. Your obedience has set the stage for the overflow that is about to come. God doesn't just bless you for your own sake. He blesses you so that you can be a blessing to others. As His favor overflows in your life, it will spill over into the lives of those around you. You'll be a conduit of His goodness, a vessel of His blessing. As this new season begins to unfold, don't be surprised when things start happening quickly. The timing of God is perfect, and everything that has been aligned in the background is now ready to manifest. The doors you've been waiting for are about to swing wide open, and the favor of God will follow you wherever you go. But as you step into this new season, remember this. It all started with your obedience. It all began with those quiet moments when you said yes to God, when you followed His lead, even when no one else was watching. Those moments were the foundation for everything that is about to unfold. And now, the blessings, the opportunities, and the favor are all a reflection of your faithfulness in the hidden places. So, let me remind you once more. God saw your obedience. He saw your faithfulness. And now, He's about to reward you in ways you never imagined. The best is yet to come, and it's all because you said yes when nobody else was looking. There are seasons in life that are hard to talk about. They're the quiet battles we face when no one else is around to see the struggle, when the enemy attacks, and we stand alone, fighting in the silence. In those moments, it's easy to believe that you're weak, that something is wrong with you, or that you're simply not cut out for the journey ahead. But let me tell you something, those silent battles were never a sign of weakness. They were, in fact, divine training. The enemy doesn't come after someone who isn't a threat. No, the attacks, the struggles, the heartache, they came because you're anointed. You carry something powerful within you, something the enemy sees, even when others don't. And so, he'll come after you, trying to break you, to wear you down, to make you doubt everything God has said about your life. But here's the truth. Those battles were never meant to break you. They were designed to strengthen you. Every attack you've faced, every hardship you've endured, was a part of the process of shaping you into who you were always meant to become. You see, the devil isn't just attacking you for no reason. He's attacking you because of the anointing, the call of God on your life. There's a target on your back because you're carrying something that the world desperately needs. There's a purpose on the inside of you that can't be stopped. The enemy can try to attack you. He can try to discourage you, but he cannot take away the call of God on your life. And even in those moments when you felt completely alone, when it seemed like no one else understood your pain or your struggle, God was there. You may not have seen him, but he was fighting alongside you, in the invisible places, strengthening you, when you couldn't stand on your own. When you were in the middle of the fight, when you thought you were about to break, God was right there with you, strengthening you in ways you couldn't see. It may have felt like you were standing alone, but you weren't. Heaven was fighting with you in the unseen. Every time the enemy came at you, God was there, ready to defend you. Even in your darkest moments, when everything felt like it was crumbling, God was positioning you for a breakthrough. Those battles weren't in vain. They were divine training for what you would face next. Think about the times when you cried out in the middle of the night, when you felt like you couldn't go on anymore. You may have felt abandoned, misunderstood, and completely exhausted, but what you didn't realize is that those moments of pain were shaping you for what's coming. The refining process is never easy. It's painful, it's difficult, and it can feel like it's never going to end. But it's in those moments that God is doing his deepest work. He's taking everything you've been through, the hurt, the disappointment, the failure, and using it to prepare you for the future he has for you. Every tear you've shed watered seeds of future testimony. Your pain is not pointless. It's part of a bigger picture, a divine purpose that you may not fully understand yet. But I want you to know this. Everything you've been through is part of the story God is telling with your life. It's not over. Your journey is still being written, and the chapters that are coming are going to reveal the strength, the resilience, and the grace you've gained through every battle you fought alone. There were moments, I'm sure, when you felt like giving up, when the weight of the battle seemed too much to bear. But you didn't give up, did you? You kept fighting, even when you didn't feel like it, and that's the beauty of it. Even in your weakest moments, you chose to stand firm. Even in the darkness, you chose to trust God. You didn't give up, and that decision, that act of faith, is what's carrying you to the next phase of your journey. I know it may not have felt like it at the time, but every tear you cried, every prayer you whispered in the middle of the night, every moment when you thought you couldn't go on anymore, was a part of your spiritual shaping. It was a part of God's plan to refine you, to strengthen you, and to prepare you for the breakthrough that's coming. And now, as you look back on those silent battles, I want you to see them in a different light. They weren't signs of weakness. They were proof of your strength. They were proof that you are not the same person you were when you started this journey. You've been refined, tested, and made stronger through every battle you fought alone. You survived storms that were meant to destroy you, and that survival itself is a victory. The fact that you're still standing, that you're still pressing forward, is a testimony to the power of God working in your life. You didn't just survive, you overcame. And that's something to celebrate. You didn't let the enemy take you down. You didn't let the struggles defeat you. Instead, you rose above them. And now, you're about to see the fruits of all that perseverance. You're about to see how those silent battles shaped you into the person you were always meant to be. As you look ahead, know this. The battles you fought alone weren't for nothing. They were shaping you, preparing you, and refining you for the incredible things God is about to release in your life. The best part of the story is coming, and it's all because you didn't give up. Even when you were fighting alone, you've been through the fire, and you've come out stronger, purer, and more refined than ever before. And now, as you step into the next season of your life, you're not stepping into it as the same person you were before. You've been made new. You've been shaped by the battles, and you're now ready for the favor, the blessings, and the purpose that God has for you. As you step forward, there's something you need to understand. The battles you fought weren't just about survival. They were about transformation. Every time the enemy tried to wear you down, God was strengthening you in ways that you couldn't even comprehend. You may have been fighting in the physical realm, but in the spiritual realm, God was fighting for you. Those battles weren't just struggles, they were divine training. Opportunities for God to build in you the strength, the perseverance, and the faith needed for the next season of your life. It's easy to look back and see the pain, the struggles, and the times you felt completely isolated. But what I want you to realize is that those moments weren't wasted. They were shaping you for what lies ahead. You were being prepared for a purpose much greater than you could ever imagine. Every tear, every heartbreak, every moment of doubt was God's way of refining you, of building your spiritual muscles so that you could carry the weight of the blessings He's about to pour into your life. In those silent battles, God was making you stronger. But here's the thing, He was also making you more compassionate. You see, the pain you've gone through, the isolation, and the moments when you felt like you were fighting alone, those things are now part of your testimony. And that testimony is going to bring healing to others. Your journey of overcoming struggles, facing battles that seemed impossible, will become the very thing that inspires someone else to keep going when they feel like giving up. That's the power of the battle. It doesn't just shape you, it gives you a story to tell. And that story is not just for you. It's for the person who is walking through a similar struggle and doesn't know how they're going to make it. Your pain becomes the bridge that connects you to others. What you've gone through isn't in vain. It's preparing you to help others find hope, strength, and healing through your own testimony. God doesn't waste pain. He doesn't waste any part of the process. Every struggle you've faced has been part of His divine plan to shape you into the person you need to be in order to fulfill the purpose He's called you to. The enemy may have thought that he could break you, but in reality, he was just helping God refine you. What was meant for harm has turned into something beautiful, a testimony of God's faithfulness and strength. Now, as you stand on the other side of those battles, you're stronger, wiser, and more equipped for the journey ahead. You're not the same person you were before. Every challenge you've faced has added something to you. It has built in you a resilience, a tenacity, and a faith that cannot be shaken. You've learned how to stand firm, even when the world around you seems to be falling apart. You've learned how to trust God when you couldn't see the way forward. And that kind of faith will carry you through whatever comes next. But even though you've come so far, don't think for a second that the battles are over. I'm not here to tell you that the road ahead will be easy. No, there will still be battles to fight, storms to weather, and obstacles to overcome. But now, you're ready, you're equipped, you've been through the fire, and you've come out stronger. The enemy can no longer attack you in the same way because you've been refined, you've been tested, and you've come out as pure gold. But what's even more amazing is this: you're not just stronger for yourself, you're stronger for others. As you walk forward, you carry with you the wisdom, the strength, and the compassion that only comes from having faced battles alone. You are now a vessel of hope, a source of strength, and a testimony of God's faithfulness. You're not just fighting for yourself anymore, you're fighting for those who are still in the middle of their own struggles. Your victory is their victory. As you step into the next chapter, remember that you're not walking alone. You may have fought alone in the past, but now you are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses. You're part of something bigger than yourself. And that's the beauty of it all. Your battles were not just for you. They were part of a bigger plan, a bigger story. And now, you're ready to be used by God to help others find their way through the storms, to help others overcome the battles they're facing, and to show them that they, too, can make it through. God doesn't waste your pain, and He doesn't waste your struggles. Every battle you've fought, every tear you've shed, has been part of His plan to make you stronger, to make you more like Him, and to prepare you for the incredible things He has in store for you. So, don't look back in regret or in fear. Look back in gratitude, knowing that every battle has made you who you are today. And that person is ready for whatever God has next. You've survived the storms that were meant to destroy you, and that survival is your victory. You've come through the fire, and now you're about to step into a season of peace, of purpose, and of overflow. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning. And as you continue on your journey, remember that the battles you fought alone have prepared you for everything that's coming next. You're ready for it. There are moments in life when it feels like everything is moving too slowly. You're waiting, wondering if anything is actually happening behind the scenes. You've been faithful, You've been obedient, and you've walked through the battles, but the breakthrough still hasn't come. It's easy to feel behind, as if God's timing is somehow off, as if you're not where you're supposed to be. But let me assure you, God's timing is never wrong. The delays, the waiting, the silence, they've all been part of His divine plan to prepare you for what's ahead. There's something incredible that happens when we realize that we were never behind. We may have thought we were, but in reality, God has been slowing us down, positioning us, and preparing us in ways that we couldn't understand at the time. It might have felt frustrating, even discouraging, but God was not withholding your blessings. He was protecting you, making sure you were ready for what He had in store. You were never denied, you were simply being prepared. You see, delays are not denials. Just because something hasn't happened yet, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. The things you've been waiting for, the doors you've been knocking on, the promises God has given you, they're still coming. But there's a process to it. There's a timing that only God understands, and it's that perfect timing that aligns everything in your life for maximum impact. Think about it. If everything had happened when you wanted it to, you wouldn't be ready for the blessings and opportunities that are about to unfold. You'd have missed some crucial pieces along the way, some lessons, some growth, some refining that are necessary for you to handle the favor and the responsibility that's coming. God knows exactly what He's doing. His timing is not random, it's intentional. It's perfect. There's a reason why the wait has been so long. There's a reason why things haven't worked out the way you expected. God was aligning people, circumstances, and opportunities in ways that you couldn't see. He was orchestrating every detail of your life to make sure that, when the doors finally open, everything will be in place. The things you've been praying for, the desires of your heart, they are coming, but they are coming in God's perfect timing. The truth is, divine timing doesn't just apply to opportunities. It applies to everything. It's in the moments when you feel like nothing is happening that God is doing the most work behind the scenes. He's aligning relationships, opening doors, and positioning people who will help you move forward. You may not see it now, but the invisible work that God is doing is preparing you for the moment when everything will suddenly fall into place. In the midst of this waiting season, there's a shift happening. The silence is breaking. The delay is over. Heaven is about to vindicate you. Everything that you've gone through in private, the battles, the pain, the times when you felt unseen and unheard, is about to be revealed to the world. Heaven is getting ready to honor your obedience. You've endured in secret, and now God is about to honor you in public. But here's what you need to understand. Vindication is not revenge. It's not about getting back at those who hurt you or those who doubted you. Vindication is about restoration. It's about God restoring what was lost, elevating you to where you should be, and honoring the faithfulness you've shown. Vindication means that the promises God spoke over your life are about to come to fruition, and everyone who doubted you will see the truth of what God has been doing in your life. When God vindicates you, He does it in a way that is undeniable. It's not about proving others wrong. It's about showing the world the power of God's faithfulness. He is going to elevate you in such a way that everyone will know that He has been with you all along. The doors that once seemed closed will now open wide. The opportunities you thought were lost are going to come rushing in. And when they do, there will be no denying that it was God who made it all happen. But let's talk about those doors for a moment. In the past, it felt like every door you tried to walk through was shut in your face. Opportunities that you thought were meant for you were closed, and you may have wondered if you'd ever see the breakthrough you've been praying for. But hear me when I say this. God is opening doors that no man can shut. He is preparing to release blessings, favor, and opportunities in your life that will blow your mind. When those doors open, they will stay open. No one will be able to close them again. This is a season of divine opportunity. The closed doors of the past were simply part of God's plan to protect you and prepare you for what's ahead. He was making sure that the doors He opens for you are doors that lead to your purpose, your destiny, and your calling. The doors that are about to open for you are doors of favor, doors of blessing, and doors that will align you with your God-given destiny. But here's the catch. When these doors open, you have to walk through them. This is your time. You've been waiting, you've been praying, and you've been obedient. Now, the doors are about to swing wide open, and it's time for you to step in. Don't hesitate. Don't second-guess yourself. The moment you've been waiting for is here. God is giving you the green light to move forward, and there is no turning back. So as you look ahead, remember this. The wait was never in vain. The delays, the waiting, the times when you felt like nothing was happening, those were all part of God's perfect plan. And now, as the doors begin to open, know that they are opening because God has aligned everything perfectly for you. You're stepping into a season where favor, opportunity, and breakthrough are going to come flooding into your life. And when the doors open, you're going to walk through them with confidence, knowing that God has been preparing you for this moment all along. The moment you've been waiting for is finally approaching. The doors that once seemed locked and impossible to open are about to swing wide. But I need you to understand something crucial. This isn't just any kind of opening. When God opens a door, it's not a simple turn of the handle. It's a divine invitation to step into something far greater than you ever imagined. The opportunities you've been praying for, the blessings you've longed for, are now within reach. And God is positioning you for a breakthrough like no other. It's easy to think that the wait has been too long, that maybe you missed your moment, or that the opportunity has passed you by. But I want to remind you of something. When God is at work, time does not work the same way that we expect it to. What may seem like a delay is really God aligning everything in perfect harmony, setting up the right people, the right circumstances, and the perfect timing for His plans to come to fruition. His timing is always on point. You may have had doors slammed in your face, opportunities that slipped away, or moments when you felt like you were on the outside looking in. But I'm here to tell you, all of that was a part of God's preparation. He wasn't denying you. He was protecting you. He was refining you. The doors that were closed were not meant for you at that time. He needed to position you in a place where you could fully receive the blessings that were coming. So, when that door opens wide, it's going to be the right one for you. No more setbacks, no more delays, no more wondering if you're going to miss your chance. The moment of vindication is also a moment of restoration. What God is about to do in your life will not just be an elevation. It will be a restoration of everything that you've lost. The pain, the hurt, the opportunities that you thought were gone forever, God is bringing it all back. But it won't look the same. It will be better. What you've lost will be restored to you in ways that you never imagined. And you'll look back and see how God used every moment, every setback, every challenge to bring you to this point. Vindication is not about getting even. It's about God lifting you up, restoring your dignity, and showing the world what He has been doing in your life. People may have doubted you, questioned you, or even criticized you along the way. But when God vindicates you, it won't be for the sake of proving others wrong. It will be a display of His power, His grace, and His perfect timing. The world will see what God has done, and they won't be able to deny the favor that's upon your life. Now, let's talk about the kind of doors that God is about to open for you. These are doors that no one can shut. People can't take them away. The opportunities ahead of you are ones that God has ordained for you. They are designed to bring you into your purpose, to move you forward into the destiny He has for you. The favor that you've been waiting for is not just a small blessing. It's going to be overwhelming. It will be more than you can imagine, more than you can handle on your own, and that's the beauty of it. God is setting you up for a season of overflow, a season where His blessings will pour into your life in such a way that you'll have more than enough to share with others. The doors that are about to open are going to bring you into alignment with God's perfect plan for your life. They will lead you into your calling, into opportunities that will stretch you, grow you, and expand your influence. What once seemed impossible will now seem like the most natural step forward. You will walk through these doors with confidence, knowing that God has already gone ahead of you and made a way. He's already prepared the path, already lined up the people, and already set everything in motion. But it's not just about the doors opening. It's also about the authority that God is giving you to walk through them. When God opens a door, He doesn't just open the door and leave you standing outside. No, He gives you the authority to step into what He has for you. You have been prepared for this moment. You have the strength, the wisdom, and the grace to walk through these doors with confidence. This is your season of stepping into what's been promised to you. You're not going to stand on the outside looking in anymore. God is calling you to walk through the door, to step into the purpose He has prepared for you, and to embrace everything He has in store. As you step into this new season, I want you to hold on to this truth. Everything that was meant to keep you out, everything that tried to block your progress, is being removed. Every obstacle, every hindrance, every chain that has held you back is being broken. You are walking into a season of freedom, of favor, and of unstoppable momentum. The doors are opening, and nothing can stop what God is about to do in your life. But with open doors comes responsibility. With the blessings, the opportunities, and the favor comes the mantle of leadership, integrity, and influence. God is not just opening doors for you to enjoy for yourself. He's opening them so that you can be a blessing to others. Your success, your breakthrough, is not just for you. It's for those who will be impacted by your journey. As you walk through these doors, you'll begin to see how your life becomes a testimony of God's goodness. Your influence will grow, your leadership will expand, and you'll find yourself in places you never dreamed possible. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The doors are opening, and you are walking through them with divine authority, ready to embrace the abundant life that God has prepared for you. So, take a deep breath, step forward, and know that you are walking into the greatest season of your life. It's time. Your moment has come. You've stepped through the doors, walked into your divine opportunities, and now, the overflow is beginning. The favor that you've been waiting for is no longer a distant dream. It's becoming your reality. You've been faithful in the small things, obedient in the quiet places, and now, God is releasing a flood of blessings into your life. What you sowed in pain, you will now reap in joy. The season of waiting, the trials, and the testing, it's all been part of the process. And now, the harvest is here. This isn't just any kind of blessing. This is overflow. This is the abundance that God has been preparing you for. The kind of favor that doesn't just meet your needs, but spills over into the lives of those around you. What God is about to release into your life will be more than enough. It will be a blessing so big that it will touch every area of your life, your family, your relationships, your work, your ministry, and it will go beyond you to bless others in ways you never thought possible. But here's the key to this season of overflow. It's not just about you. The blessings that are coming your way are not for you to hoard or to keep to yourself. No, this overflow is meant to be shared. You've been entrusted with more than enough so that you can be a blessing to others. When God pours into your life, it's never just for your own benefit. He pours into your life so that you can pour into others. This is a season where you will see your influence and your impact grow exponentially. As you step into the abundance, you'll also step into a greater responsibility, a responsibility to use what God has given you for His purposes. Your testimony will be the bridge that others cross over to find healing, hope, and breakthrough. You've walked through the fire. You've endured the pain. You've overcome the battles. And now, your scars will become your sermons. Your story will become the light for those who are still in darkness. What you've learned through your struggles will be the very thing that helps others navigate their own challenges. Your testimony will inspire others to trust God in the midst of their own battles, to hold on during the waiting season, and to believe that their breakthrough is on the way. As God begins to release His blessings into your life, He will also place a mantle of responsibility upon you. This mantle is not just a symbol of your authority, but a call to leadership, to integrity, and to serving others. With the overflow comes a divine appointment to lead. You're not just receiving blessings for the sake of receiving. You're being called to steward them wisely, to use your influence to bring about positive change, and to guide others toward their own breakthrough. This mantle of responsibility will require you to walk in humility, in wisdom, and in a deep sense of purpose. God is entrusting you with more because He knows that you will use it for His glory. This mantle will give you the authority to lead with integrity, to make decisions with discernment, and to influence those around you in ways that reflect His love and His heart for the world. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of the overflow and the blessings that come with it. But remember, this season is not just about what you receive, it's about what you give. It's about using the influence, the resources, and the opportunities that God has entrusted to you to make a difference in the world. You are not just a recipient of blessings, you are a vessel through which those blessings flow to others. As you walk in this new season, I want you to keep in mind that the overflow is not just about material blessings. It's also about spiritual abundance. You've been faithful in the small things, and now God is giving you more than you ever imagined. But it's not just about the physical blessings. It's about the growth in your relationship with God, the deeper understanding of His heart, and the increased capacity to love and serve others. You've gone through the refining process, and now you're stepping into a season of greater influence and spiritual authority. As the blessings flow into your life, they will also flow through you to others. And it's in this place of overflow that your testimony will be the most powerful. You'll be able to share your story not only with words, but with the way you live your life. The testimony of God's faithfulness will be written on your heart, and others will see it in everything you do. This season is about to shift in a powerful way. You're going to experience a flow of blessings, opportunities, and influence that you never thought possible. But with this overflow comes a deeper call to responsibility. You are being entrusted with more, and it's your responsibility to use it wisely, to bless others, and to lead with integrity. The mantle of leadership and responsibility is heavy, but it's also an honor. You are being called to step into a new level of purpose, to be a beacon of hope for those around you, and to shine the light of God's love into the world. As you walk through this season, remember that the overflow is a gift, but it's also a responsibility. It's a gift to be received with gratitude, but it's also a responsibility to be stewarded with wisdom and humility. You're stepping into a new chapter, and this chapter will be marked by an abundance of blessings, a deeper calling, and a stronger influence. It's time to embrace this season of overflow, knowing that everything you've gone through has been preparing you for this moment. As the season of overflow unfolds before you, it becomes clear that the blessings you are experiencing are not just material. The overflow you are stepping into is about the fullness of God's promises, coming to fruition in your life, mind, body, and spirit. You're walking into a season where your emotional health, spiritual growth, relationships, and purpose will align in ways you never thought possible. All the pieces that seemed scattered are now coming together to form a picture more beautiful than you could have imagined. There's something incredibly powerful about the moment when your testimony moves from being a personal victory to becoming a beacon of hope for others. You've endured, you've fought, and you've walked through the fire. Now, your story isn't just about you, it's about the people who will be touched by what you've gone through. The scars that once marked your pain will now be proof of God's healing power. The places you thought were broken are now places of restoration and wholeness that will bring healing to others. Your testimony will no longer just be about the battle. It will be about the breakthrough. The times when you were down, the times when you were tempted to give up, those are the moments that make the victory even sweeter. When you share your testimony, it will not be with shame or regret. No, it will be with confidence, joy, and a deep sense of purpose. Because the battles weren't in vain. Every moment of pain, every season of doubt, every tear you shed was part of your divine training, preparing you for this moment when your story will be the encouragement someone else needs to keep going. This overflow isn't just for you to bask in, it's meant to be shared. You've been positioned not just to receive, but to give. As your influence expands, you will find that you are not just a beneficiary of God's blessings, but a channel through which those blessings flow to others. The favor you're experiencing is not for you to store up and keep for yourself. It's for you to distribute, to pour out on others, to see them rise and experience the same kind of abundance and grace that you have received. As you steward the overflow in this new season, remember that the more God gives you, the greater the responsibility He places on your shoulders. Stewardship is about being wise with what God has entrusted to you, whether that's your finances, your time, your gifts, or your influence. This season of overflow calls for careful attention to how you use what's been given to you. God is not just blessing you to enjoy it. He is blessing you to build, to create, and to help others. Your leadership in this season will be defined by your integrity and your willingness to serve. You have been given this mantle not to build your own kingdom, but to build God's. The influence and favor you are experiencing are a sign that God trusts you to represent Him well in the places you will go. This mantle of responsibility requires humility, a deep awareness that every good gift comes from above. As you walk in this mantle, your heart must remain centered on serving others, lifting them up, and using your influence for good. You are also stepping into a greater mantle of leadership, not only in the world, but also in the body of Christ. You've been through the process, you've learned the lessons, you've built the character, and now, God is calling you to step into a place of influence where your voice will be heard and your actions will make a difference. You are going to lead with humility, integrity, and wisdom, showing others that the way to greatness is through service, through obedience, and through a life lived with purpose. There's something truly beautiful about being in a season of overflow while carrying the mantle of responsibility. It's not a burden, it's a privilege. God is entrusting you with more, because He knows you are ready. This season will not be about striving to keep up with the blessings. Instead, it will be about stewarding them wisely, using them to build, to strengthen, and to empower others. You've been made for this. One of the most important aspects of this season is the shift that happens in your heart. You will no longer view blessings or favor in the same way. Instead of seeing them as rewards or privileges, you will view them as tools to fulfill your God-given purpose. You will understand that every blessing is meant to flow outward, to touch others, to build up the body of Christ, and to make a difference in the world. The testimony that you carry will become your greatest tool of influence. It's no longer about just telling a story of what you've been through. It's about how you use your experiences to lead others, to guide them, and to show them that if God could do it for you, He can do it for them. The breakthrough you've received isn't just for you to enjoy, it's for you to share. And as you share your testimony, you will see lives changed, hearts healed, and spirits lifted. The overflow that God is pouring into your life is a reminder that He is not a God of lack, but of abundance. He doesn't just meet your needs, He exceeds them. He is taking you into a season where you will not only experience more than enough, but you will also have the opportunity to extend that abundance to others. This is a season of multiplication. The seeds you've planted in tears, the seeds you've planted in faith, are now going to multiply in ways you cannot even imagine. As you walk in this season of overflow, let your heart be anchored in one thing: gratitude. Gratitude for what God has done, for what He is doing, and for what He will continue to do. Gratitude for the battles you've fought, for the lessons you've learned, and for the testimony that has been birthed from your pain. Gratitude is the key that will keep your heart humble as God entrusts you with more. You've entered into a season where your overflow will have an impact far beyond your immediate circle. The world will see the goodness of God in your life, and they will want to know how they can experience the same. As you steward this season of overflow with grace and responsibility, you will inspire others to trust God, to walk in obedience, and to believe that they, too, can experience God's goodness in their lives. As you step into this new season, there's something extraordinary that begins to happen deep within you. You've walked through the fire, you've fought the battles, and you've embraced the overflow of blessings that have come your way. But now, it's time for something even greater. It's time for peace. This isn't just any kind of peace, it's divine peace. It's the kind of peace that transcends understanding, that surpasses every circumstance and every storm. It's the peace that comes from knowing that you are exactly where God wants you to be, doing exactly what He has called you to do. This peace doesn't depend on what's happening around you. It's not based on external circumstances or situations. No, this peace comes from within. It's a deep sense of calm that settles in your soul, a reassurance that no matter what comes your way, God is in control. You've been through so much, haven't you? The trials, the battles, the waiting, it all took its toll on you. But now, as you step into this new season, you are walking in a peace that settles every restless thought, that calms every anxious feeling, and that assures you that you are fully known, fully loved, and fully seen by God. This peace is the seal of favor on your life. It's a confirmation that you are walking in alignment with God's will, that you are walking in His purpose, and that His favor is upon you. The beauty of this divine peace is that it's not just about an absence of chaos, it's about the presence of God. It's a peace that comes from knowing that He is with you, that He has never left you, and that He will never forsake you. This peace isn't a temporary fix, it's a lasting, unshakable state of being. It's the peace that comes from being rooted in His promises, knowing that no matter what the world throws your way, you are secure in His love and in His provision. For so long, you may have been restless. You may have felt like something was always just out of reach, like the peace you were searching for was always just beyond your grasp. But now, you've entered a season where that peace is yours to walk in. It's a peace that will guard your heart and mind, keeping you grounded in the truth of who God is and what He has promised you. No longer will you be tossed around by the waves of worry and anxiety. You are walking in the calm of God's presence. But there's more to this peace than just feeling calm and secure. This peace marks the completion of a season. You have been through a process of growth, transformation, and preparation. You've endured, you've learned, and now you are stepping into the fullness of what God has for you. The divine peace you are experiencing is the confirmation that the work God started in you is being brought to completion. The seasons of struggle, of waiting, of refining, they've all served their purpose, and now, God is sealing this new season with His peace, confirming that you are walking in the fullness of His favor and His will. This peace is a sign that God is bringing you into a place of rest. Not rest as in inactivity, but rest as in trusting Him fully. It's the kind of rest that allows you to move forward without fear or hesitation, because you know that He is with you every step of the way. This rest is the foundation for everything that is about to unfold in your life. It's the bedrock on which you will build your future, the place from which you will operate with confidence, grace, and strength. And with this peace comes the seal of favor. God is putting His mark on your life, showing the world that you are His. You are His beloved, His chosen, His anointed. The favor of God is not just a blessing, it's a declaration of who you are. It's the evidence of His goodness in your life. This favor isn't just for your own benefit, it's a demonstration to the world of how deeply God cares for His children. It's the kind of favor that opens doors, that brings promotion, that accelerates your journey. It's the kind of favor that others can see, because it's evident in the way your life is unfolding. You've been marked by His favor. It's a seal that cannot be removed, a stamp of approval that says you are walking in His will and His purpose. This favor will open doors that no one can shut. It will bring opportunities that others may have overlooked. It will place you in positions of influence and leadership that you never imagined possible. It's the kind of favor that allows you to thrive, not just survive. And it's the kind of favor that is with you wherever you go. This peace, this favor, and this sense of completion are not just for now. They are a sign that you are entering into a season of unshakable confidence. You have been prepared for this moment, and now you will walk forward with purpose and with power. Every step you take from here will be a step taken in peace, in confidence, and in the full knowledge that you are carrying the favor of God with you. As you walk in this new season, where peace is your foundation and favor surrounds you, something extraordinary is beginning to unfold. You're not just stepping into a new chapter of your life, you are stepping into a new atmosphere. The peace that you feel isn't just a calm within yourself, it's the atmosphere of heaven. It's the place where God's presence surrounds you in such a way that you can't help but feel His goodness in everything you do. The struggles and anxieties that once held you back are now distant memories, and you're entering a realm where God's peace is tangible, unshakable, and sustaining. You've learned how to trust Him through every storm, through every moment of uncertainty. But now, you are entering a season where that trust is not tested by the unknown, but by the fullness of His presence. This is a new place, a place of rest, of divine assurance. It's the kind of peace that fills every area of your life, your heart, your mind, your relationships, and even your future. There's a certainty now that wasn't there before. You know, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, and nothing can shake that truth. This peace also brings a sense of completion. You've come full circle. The trials and struggles you've walked through have brought you to a place of maturity and strength, and now you are ready for what's next. You've been refined, you've been tested, and now, the work that God began in you is reaching its culmination. This doesn't mean that your journey is over, far from it. It simply means that you've reached a place of readiness. You've come to a place of spiritual maturity, where you are prepared for the blessings and responsibilities that God is about to pour into your life. What's amazing about this season is that it's not just about what God is doing for you, but what He's doing in you. This is the season of completion, where every area of your life begins to align with His will, and you begin to see the fullness of His plan unfold. The vision He's given you, the dreams that you've carried for so long, will start to come into focus. You'll see how every piece of your life has been orchestrated perfectly to bring you to this moment. The seasons of waiting, of pruning, of preparation, they all led to this point, where you can finally step into the fullness of your calling. But here's the most beautiful part. As God brings completion to your journey, He also crowns you with a sense of purpose. You're not just walking in peace and favor for your own benefit, you are walking in divine purpose. You have been equipped and prepared for this very moment, and God is about to use you in ways you never imagined. This is the season where your life will be marked by a deep sense of calling and mission. Your purpose will be clear, and you'll move forward with confidence, knowing that you are fulfilling the destiny that God has for you. As God seals this season with His favor, you will begin to see things you never thought possible. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach will be right in front of you. Doors that had been closed will now swing wide open, and people who once overlooked you will begin to see your value. The favor of God will elevate you in ways you never expected, and with that elevation will come a responsibility. Responsibility to lead, to serve, and to be a light in the world. With every blessing comes a new level of influence. But this influence won't come with arrogance or pride. No, this is the kind of influence that is rooted in humility. You've walked through the fire, and you know what it means to be refined. You've learned the lessons, and now God is entrusting you with more, because He knows you will steward it with integrity and wisdom. You'll use the influence and opportunities that come your way to make a difference in the world around you. The favor you carry will not just change your life, it will change the lives of others. And here's what's incredible. This new season of divine peace, purpose, and favor is just the beginning. You're entering into a new atmosphere where God's presence is going to move in ways that you've never experienced before. You'll see His hand at work in every area of your life, your relationships, your work, your family, your ministry. Every area will be touched by the overflow of His goodness. This is the season where you get to walk in the fullness of what He's prepared for you. And as you do, you'll begin to see how all the pieces fit together. What once seemed chaotic and uncertain is now coming into perfect alignment. The peace you're walking in isn't temporary. It's the peace of completion, the peace that comes when you know that you've been obedient, you've been faithful, and now God is bringing everything to pass. You are not just stepping into a season of favor, you're stepping into a season of fulfillment. The fulfillment of every promise, every dream, every word that God has spoken over your life is now unfolding. The best is yet to come, and it's all because of the divine peace, the favor, and the completion that God is sealing over you in this season. So walk confidently, knowing that everything you've been through has led you to this moment. You are walking in the fullness of His peace, His favor, and His purpose. You are sealed in His favor, and nothing can stop what God is about to do in your life. This is your time, and it's time to embrace the incredible future that God has prepared for you. Thank you so much for joining us on this divine journey today. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We want to keep spreading these life-changing insights to those who need it the most. Your support helps us reach more people, and together, we can create a wave of transformation that will ripple across the world. If you're ready to embrace the transformation that's unfolding in your life, let us know in the comments below. Remember, your breakthrough is coming, and we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Stay aligned, stay faith-filled, and see you in the next video.